Hi everybody, I have got a massive wax plug for you in this one, guys. It's like a fisherman's tail. It was about this long. It is huge, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. Visuals kind of come and go a little bit because it is quite a hairy ear canal. We do have to use a lot of oil at some point as well. But a bit of backstory for this gentleman. This gentleman didn't actually have any issues that he felt at all in this particular ear canal here. We do the other side as well. Yeah, he said, oh, no, I'm not really having any difficulty. I said, well, there is wax in there. We should really get it out.
There's a little bit in there.
There's a little bit in there. But he was actually going away on holiday tonight. So I saw this chap first thing this morning. So he's off on holiday tonight. And we had to get this out, really, because otherwise it would have spoiled his holiday, bless him. So
no pressure.
No pressure whatsoever. It is bone dry. It is solid as a rock. And I thought, oh, okay, it's just this front section. And I kind of looked a bit further in and I thought, oh, it goes back a fair way. So this is the rye, let me get this right. This is the rye curette going in here. We do use a lot of the rye tools. I think we use the rye curette, the rye hook, and the rye pick as well in this one. So we use all the ryes. It's coming away nicely. Broke the front end off. So great, get behind the next section. And then this was like pushing against a solid brick wall. It was rock solid in here.
That's that weird consistency as well, where it's like it's not going anywhere. It's solid, but it's like it's just breaking apart with the curettage.
You got it. It's just crumbling away. The ruler shot at the end is epic, guys. You've got to stay tuned for that one as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the end. But yeah, just breaking. You can see this crumbly nature to the wax.
Nunchucks.
Yep. So this is the rye hook in here now. Just breaking, trying to break this way. I'm trying to find a gap or kind of press into the plug here. And I thought, oh yeah, it's gone in. Brilliant. If I can just hit this harder out the section. Completely missed that. Or pulled straight through it. One of the two, pulled straight through it. There you go. So it's, as Taylor said, it's an odd consistency. It's tough, but it's just like almost like lots of bits all kind of compressed together. So when you start to try and pull through it, kinetic sand or magic sand, not magic sand, which is the one that binds? Kinetic sand?
Kinetic sand,
yeah. Magic sand's the one using the water.
Yeah.
So kinetic sand is that kind of consistency where you kind of just try and pull through it. It will just pull straight through the center. So I'm trying to detach from the sides of the canal walls. Lots of dry skin around the outside edge.
Oh,
yeah.
That's proper welded in there as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought, oh, great. I'm going to try and move this along. Does not want to budge, though. I'm like, I've run out of room. I'm peeling as much as I can on the one side, and then it hits the opposing canal wall, so you run out of a bit of room. So I'm going to try and break this front end off.
Sorry, you're going to have to delay your holiday and come back next week.
Do you know what? I think at one point I did say, look, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get all this out today, because it was just not, at one point it just doesn't look like it's going anywhere. I said you may have to just oil for a week or come back after your holiday, and you just look so crestfallen. I was like, I'll keep trying, but I can't promise anything. So it's lifting from the base here again.
This was literally first thing in the morning as well.
This was my very first patient of the day. Yeah, I didn't warmed up by this point, Taylor. I felt like I should have done some limbering up, some squats, some what they call it, jumping jacks, get the blood going to the fingers. But yeah, we book our patients for about half an hour for a wax removal, and I think this gent was in the chair for about 35 minutes. It always throws you then for the rest of the day because you're always that little bit behind them.
Yeah, I had a very, very similar one to this actually yesterday, first thing in the morning as well. Yeah. Just wouldn't go anywhere. I was like, come on. Yeah. It just wasn't coming.
You got a beastie, we won't spoil it, but there's a beastie one you did the other day. That's edited ready for Waxfint.
You've got to wait a few months for that.
It's a good one though. That's worth the wait, I promise. I think edited down it was 25 minutes long.
Yeah, and that's taken away some of the bits of it as well. So that was it was quite. And I purposely extended the appointment on that one as well because I knew it was going to take a while.
But you've got some good ones coming up. So I had a quick look the other day in our little Waxfint folder, and there's one or two in there, and they're all about. I think that the shortest one is 15 minutes long. They're all long ones. So we should have a good Waxfint this year if we can carry on doing it, guys. So you saw me use the right hook there, and I was going down the side just trying to pull. I was hoping there'd be enough solidity That's probably a word, I think, solidity. So enough solidity, or it was solid enough for us to get the hook in and pull it, but not the case, unfortunately. And you can see these layers of dry skin. You can see that kind of mottled sort of surface to the canal wall in there. Yeah, not easy. So I'm lifting here, trying to work the oil down the sides, just to try and give me something here to get a hold of.
Was this first time wax removal?
Do you know what, I had it done years and years and years ago, but he'd had irrigation done. He's actually booked in for irrigation. I took one look at it and said, there's no way that's coming out of water. It's just not going to happen. So we do end up irrigating the second ear, or part of the second ear as well. You'll see why in a bit now. But for this first one, it was just a solid old block in there, basically. Yeah.
It almost looks uncomfortable as well,
doesn't
doesn't
it? In fairness, chap didn't flinch. I was saying to me, "Oh, you feel okay? I'm sorry if this is uncomfortable for you." But I said you may have just left it a little bit too long, really.
You may have just left it like 3 years too late to get.
Yeah, you could be about 60 years ago, it would be okay. So this is the rye pick. I don't use the rye pick too often. I just find it a bit. I can see it would have a purpose, but it would be such a niche purpose. I think I don't tend to use it too much. This is the rye curette.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, I've never used the pick.
Have you not used the pick?
No.
I don't mind. Yeah, I've used it a couple of times.
Yeah. Oh.
Big chunk just came. Well, it looked like a big chunk. It wasn't that big. Came off the front.
Just spread it everywhere.
Yeah, it's just it's like it just doesn't. If it doesn't catch that last bit. The visual's got right behind those little hairs on the outer part of the ear, which is why the visual's coming in and out a little bit. It does improve in a second, though. There you go. So now I'm starting to think, well, it's starting to loosen. It looks a little bit looser than it did before. So now I've got a bit of a gap. I'm peeling a little bit more. Going in from the side again with a right hook. Same kind of thought process here. Can I bed into it and pull?
Yeah, I can see what you're doing.
Yeah, just trying to get that little bit of a grip, just to pulling forwards.
It's almost like it's stuck down in that sort of recess, isn't it?
That's what I thought. I thought, this is just jammed down in that recess. But it's loosened this front end now, and the back end looks like it's moving a little bit. We put some more oil in at this point, which is why you can see the visuals going in and out a little bit. So crocodile forceps in here.
Yeah, I explained to my patient yesterday, because I again, very, very similar looking, but hers was a lot more steep and deep.
Right.
Steep and deep.
Okay.
And the way I explained it to her was
that... Sheep, what's that song? I can't sing it because they'll block it, won't they?
Yeah. The only way I explained it was it was just trying to pull something like this. It's literally just not...
Watch this now. Sorry to interrupt, but
that's good.
I think this is the... Oh no, it's not gone. You kind of... I thought that was the bit. Sorry.
No, I was just saying it's like trying to pull something when it's got it's like hooked on the end. That's the only way I could I was describing it to her. Oh, here it comes.
Guys, watch this plug now. This is epic. Watch this.
Wow.
I told you to watch today. It was a big one. Massive plug. Absolutely ginormous that plug was.
Wow.
But patient was like, as soon as that came out, he was like, oh my word, I can hear so much. I was going, well, yeah. And he was like, I didn't think I had a problem with that. I was going, no. He said, well, the other one's worse. And I was going, yeah, but it's not as much waxy, the other one.
It looks softer as well, this side.
It is. I think he's oiled this side, but didn't oil the first side because he didn't think he had problems with it. But yeah, just the look on his face, he was like, oh my word, I can hear so much better with that. This is a little bit more awkward because you've got this thin strip of dry wax and skin. Canal slightly narrower, with a bit more of a bend, so visuals are not quite as good in this one. But I've got to peel this section off, and I'm hoping that's going to peel the sections running in front of the eardrum. Like I said, we do have to irrigate a little bit towards the end, just because he's got this really mushy wax that's been trapped behind that initial section.
I think that's a lot of time why a lot of people say they can't hear as well through one side, even though both are completely blocked.
Yeah.
It, like in this case, the wax was really hard and dry in one side, and then really like soft and squishy in the other. Yeah. And it's, the vibration won't travel through that soft and squishy wax as well as it would with like a harder plug. So I think that's a lot of the time why a lot of people tend to say, oh, I can hear better out of this one, when it's completely full anyway.
So we've got our front sections gone now. So this is that deeper section. I'm really hoping that this is a bit more of a solid plug. So when I get a grip, it's going to pull the whole thing. But as we just said, we've got this kind of mushier, softer wax behind it. I did make the patient promise me that he'd come back in a 12 month as well, so we can get this done again. See, I think he tends to use a lot of plugs to sleep, which is why I think this has happened in here. So we managed to pull that deeper plug forwards, but now it's got wedged in that around that bend. So this is the Rycuret again. Now I have to think of the name of that. Rycuret going in.
Yeah, it's an awkward shape, isn't it? It's like
it's
to the side.
Yeah, it kind of almost goes in and then it sort of bends and twists. So a nice big sort of part of the plug there. And then we can see this really mushy type of wax sitting behind. Ooh. Yeah, I got a grip and I thought, oh great, it's not it's all gonna come forwards at this point. It's nearly there. Out that comes.
Not sure if you hear that. My stomach's making a...
Just had lunch and everything. So
yeah, no.
Yeah, this is...
not my digestive system's working anyway.
So this is basically the mushy stuff we were talking about. So I've tried to take this away and I can see it's all over the eardrum. And it's that really sticky, granular type of wax. Yeah. So I said, look, I'm just going to irrigate this last bit. So what you'll see now is post-irrigation. There we go. There's the drum. You can see that now. So it's washed all that out. That irrigation, I find with that particular type of wax in that position is far more effective. But I've advised the patient to use a bit of olive oil on a regular basis now, just to keep this wax at bay.
Yeah.
See little tiny bits there, so I'm just going to take some of those away. But using a bit of oil moving forwards, and then coming in every 12 months for us to take a look at it, really. But patient hearing's so much better.
Wow, look at that. Look at
that first plug. That first plug is an inch long. That's like 2 3/4 centimetres long.
Well, considering the average length of an ear canal is like 2.7 to 3 centimetres long, that's pretty much the whole length. That's almost the whole length of an ear canal.
Yeah, it was just bonkers the amount that came out. Guys, if you thoroughly enjoyed that video as much as we did voicing it over, then make sure you always like, heart, share, follow, and subscribe for us. That'd be absolutely fantastic. If you really, really enjoy the videos, you can also consider becoming members of the channel, and you get to see even more videos every single week as well. But guys, in the meantime, as always, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another. Myself and lovely Mr. Taylor Green. We'll see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.